What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Stump. If you're having trouble defending the bomb as the breach, I got you. I'm going to be showing you not only how to defend the bomb sites as the breach, but also the best bomb plant positions that you can plant for on every site on every map. But before I do that, make sure you like the video and subscribe so you don't miss another upload. And don't forget to check out my Discord server. Link is in the description of this video, as well as a link to my channel support page where you'll be able to unlock custom emojis that you could use in my comments and in my live stream chat, which I will have live streams on Saturdays at noon Eastern Standard Time. Sorry for the channel plug, but let's go ahead and get back into the video. So we're on Bureau, and we're going to start with Bureau, and a lot of the times you'll see bomb planters come in, and they'll either plant the bomb right here, or somewhere right here to get a fast plant to be able to be planting safe, behind cover. But if you do plant somewhere right here, where exactly are you going to be defending the bomb from? I mean, you could hold this, but then again, the coalition can still use cover, so when they do hear you coming, they can swing you and take you out. So how exactly are we going to be planting the bomb? Well, the best bomb plant positions and where you should be planting the bomb is in open areas where the coalition cannot defuse the bomb behind cover. And their only source of cover would be a smoke grenade. So we're going to start here on B sites for Bureau. And the best bomb plant spots are as follows. Either plant right here on B site, right in the middle, out in the open, or you can plant right here at the back of B site, right here. So let's say you planted the bomb right here, okay? Where are you going to be defending it from? Well, to defend the bomb from here, it'd be best if you would play out here in hallway staircase. Now, why not play on the bomb site? Usually when you're playing on the bomb site, you're usually playing, passively playing around, roaming around, making sure there's nobody here. But essentially, you want to create as much distance between you and the bomb that you can, because you'll be able to stop the coalition pushing from either break room or from archives. And not only can you hold this bomb from hallway staircase here, you can also sort of hold it from vents. Like you could swing out and then be able to take them from here, but you do have that cover, which is why the best bomb plant position would be right here. Because you can hold it from vents, like this, and you can also swing from blue staircase to be able to take them out if they are trying to plant from behind cover, or diffuse behind cover. Sorry, I keep saying plant. And as I'm going along, I might give you guys some tidbits of information that are important when it comes to planting the bomb. So make sure you watch the whole video, because you might miss something very important, and you might not know what I'm talking about. Anyways, for A site here, the best bomb plant position would be right here, because this is an open area. It exposes them to hallway there, to junction, and to servers. Plus, if they try to defuse the bomb here, they're all exposed from those angles, and if they defuse the bomb here, they're still pretty much exposed from all of these three angles. So if you're playing server room corridor, you're holding this angle. If you're in servers, you have up to 3 different choices here. It just depends on what flavor you want. Angle, you want a long angle, you could pull that angle. If you want a shorter angle, you could pull up here. If the game wouldn't rubber band, I swear to God, this game is actually kind of garbage. Or a nice medium angle right here. And then for this junction angle, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. You're going to be holding it from over here. So the bomb is right there-ish, and you can hold it from right here, but you also have to be wary about intel and blue and orange over here, and break room, and vent hall. Which is why most of the time you're going to be just sitting here watching the intel push instead of just holding the bomb, because you already have your hall guy holding the bomb, and you also have your servers guy looking for players pushing from connector. I think I should also mention that this works best if you have 3 or more players. See? Tidbits of information that you might need later. Yeah, this will work best if you have 3 or more players alive on the breach. If you have 2, it can kind of work, but if you have 1, then just plant safe. Hold your ground. That's all you got to do. All right, let's move on to the next map, which is Canals. Now, usually you'll see planters come in here, hide behind this box, and just plant right there, and just hold this position right here. But this exposes you from CT. So I opt, instead of planting right there, you plant out here. So that way you're not only exposed to right here, but you can also play this CT angle here as well, because the bomb's out in the open, can't really go anywhere for any cover. Another good option, or an alternative, is planting the bomb right here behind this truck, because it exposes them to one of the more common places that the coalition like to push, and that's their CT spawn. You can still hide behind this box here, And this CT angle isn't as good, but you can push up, hide behind these boxes, and swing it from here. And also a good idea to have a player playing out here, holding this bridge, so that way they can see and spot the coalition players pushing across, and then they can just take cover back here, distracting them if they do decide to get into a firefight. I'll remember more things as I go, don't worry about it. And now we have B sites. This is probably one of the more cover-infested areas because you got this box here. Don't really want to plant right here because it kind of hurts your chances of being able to hold an angle from B-Long or from Cafe or from CT because they could just hold anything they want, especially if they could get in here and get cover. So I opt for this plant position right here. Something like that would be pretty good, especially if you're going to be holding from CT or from Catwalk. Because you could hold this and hear players pushing Catwalk, and you can turn around, deal with these players here, and you'll be able to deal with players pushing from Belong. And this CT player will be playing right here, holding this, or they could hold right here, looking into their spawn to watch the backstabs. They can also hear players fighting over by Catwalk and Twin Trees, so they could pop out, help, or they can watch Belong in case it's a two-pronged attack. You could also put a plant position right here, because you can hold this angle from Cafe. It doesn't give them a lot of options to cover themselves with any hard cover, but they could diffuse it right here. So it makes it very difficult for them to try and get a diffuse off, because you could hold it from here, and you can hold it from Cafe. Wait, did I read that? Wait, hold on. What is this called? Hostile Alley. This is very hostile. All right, let's make our way to the next map, which is Castello. Now, for B Site, one thing to keep in mind is that the entire area inside these walls right here is plantable. You can plant all over this place except on top of the boxes. You can't plant on top of there, otherwise that's crazy. And a lot of the times you see players planting right here for safe, and this is an okay spot in a pinch, but you can only hold it from balcony right here. And a bad plant spot is planting right here, because you can't hold it from anywhere. It can just sit right on top of the bomb, defuse it, and you have to push the coalition trying to defuse the bomb. So a better position for the bomb on B site would be right in the open right here. Now you need to make sure B site is clear in order for this to work, otherwise, you're going to end up dying out in the open. You can take a position up a statue underpass. You could take a position up here by helicopter path or helipad path. And you can also hold it from balcony as well. All right, now for A site, you have two options. You could either plant the bomb here and then go camp all the way back here on helipad and use these three holes to look into the site to watch for the coalition pushing in. Or you could plant the bomb there and use these planters here as cover and use the radar to be able to reveal the location of the coalition, because when sitting behind this planter right here, their radar blips are still visible. So if you're holding this and you see the radar blipping red up at the top, then you know the coalition's trying to get onto the bomb site, and you could just simply spam it. However, there is a little bit of a caveat here. You do have the available smoke grenade that the coalition could throw. They could throw that smoke grenade like right here, and they could go for the defuse, and you have no idea. So it is also recommended you also have a player on A site as well, just to make sure, they don't try anything funny. They could fight up in here, distract them a little bit. The bomb's being ticked down on its time, exploding. But yeah, very powerful position there to be able to use. But anyways, on to the next map, which is Grounded. Now, when planting on A site, you'll usually have the one player pushing all the way up here to the front, getting behind these boxes to safely plant as quickly as they can. But it's not a very good idea because it is behind so much cover. And if there is one player on A site, they still have to swing all the way out here to be able to just get a visual onto the coalition player defusing the bomb here, which is why I suggest planting right here. This area is the most exposed area, which will help with defending the bomb site, because not only does it expose you to this entrance right here, it also exposes you to every single angle around these boxes. You're going to need at least 3 players for this to work. You have 1 player watching storage entrance, and you're also going to have 1 player watching oil, or watching the CT cross to oil. Because these guys could hear players pushing from connector right here. So if they're fighting right here and they hear players pushing on their left, they can simply swing out right here and be able to take this fight. And if these guys cross over, he could just simply post up here and wait for the coalition to try and push. And then this player, while sitting all the way over here, will be able to see that happening. He'll be able to make his way around to the entrance over here, be able to take a nice and relaxed position somewhere in here, waiting for the bomb defuse to try and come in. And if they do get in, then they have to worry about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different angles. There is also this bomb plant right here, which I've seen used before, and similar to how this spot works, this is also very similar. It's just exposed to this entrance right here, but you also have this angle to worry about as well. All right, now for B Site. B Site is a little harder to defend if you do plant the bomb because you have so many positions like the truck, A mid, B long. You also have the stairs. But again, we're not just playing on the bomb site, we're playing around it so we could defend the bomb site. And if one of the coalition takes down one of our defenders, then we need to play into the site. So the most optimal bomb plant position would be right here. That way it's exposed to B long, B mid, A mid. If they're diffusing right here, they're still exposed. I wouldn't worry about having anyone play around truck because it doesn't have a lot of good angles onto B site anyways. Plus, most of the time, players will plant right here next to the truck, which honestly is not a very good spot. And neither is planting in this corner over here because you are still exposed to these areas here, but you're giving them an opportunity to get off the defuse and shoot you down where you stand. The only other viable plant option that I've seen pros use is planting right here and using this jump peak to be able to swing these players here. And it's okay, but that's only if you're like playing solo on the site, which you're not good enough to play solo on the site yet. Neither am I, but hey, who's talking? All right, let's go to the next map, which is Legacy. Now, we're going to be going right into A Site right away because there's a big problem with planting right here. While you are safe planting here from center stairs and dark and most of the top, it is a very hard position to hold, especially if you're trying to defend it from anywhere that is not museum. You can defend it from museum, but if you keep planting it there, the coalition's going to catch on and it's not going to work as well as you think it will. So another alternative is to plant right here. Now, this is way more exposed than this position right here, but if you're defending the bomb sites from outside of the bomb site itself, this is a great position to be able to get some angles here from dark at a close angle right here. You also have center stairs angle right here, and you also have this top angle right here to be able to use to your advantage. And using top here is probably one of the more advantageous positions to play because it gives you more area for their headshot to be able to deal more damage to the head. You're shooting top down, so you're shooting from their head to their toes. However, while you have more options on this side, you don't really have a lot when trying to play over here in museum because they could be sitting on this side of the bomb if they know you're playing museum, and they can just take their sweet time defusing while you're swinging, and you're just making all that noise swinging in, and it's just not going to work. However, another spot you can plant is right around here on this wood, or you can plant a little bit in more, or a little bit over, just somewhere out in the open over here. So while dark and top are not optimal positions for this, you are still able to use center stairs by swinging this, because they could either be right here, and there's no hard cover for them to retreat behind, which also means you can still use museum for this angle, because they don't know if you're going to be center stairs or museum. They'll have to guess. All right, and B sides. Let's just get it out of the way. We all know this spot right here, and we also know this spot right here. The two safe plants in this site, bad. Very bad. You can't defend these very well because you have to be playing on the site in order to defend them. However, this bomb plant position right here, you don't have to worry about playing on the site. You can simply just play out here by these statues, holding these. You can also sort of hold this sneaky angle right here, which I sometimes like to use. Another good position to play for this bomb plant is out here in glass. You could use these to your advantage. You have your own hard cover, and you can swing this. All right, and let's head on to the next map, which is Plaza. Now, A Site on Plaza is one of the more interesting bomb sites that is on this list. Because while you could hold the bomb from most of these positions, there are some that end up getting blocked off. At most, you're exposed to 2 areas at a time. So the best place, and probably the best bomb plant position, would be right here, front and center, right on this X. Because you're exposed to this little cubby right here. You're exposed to some players playing this landing position here, and you're also mostly exposed to players playing at main entrance here. I mean, you could also play landing and then swing it, because they'll be expecting you to push from either cubby or main entrance, and then be able to take them out by just swinging them from an unexpected angle right here. Now, typically when the breach try and take B site, they're usually either pushing from alley or they're pushing from apps. So for B site, there are two options for you. You can either plant right here, take a position up right here behind this planter, or you could play here by market stairs going into main entrance and play this position right here. I'm pretty sure you can even play top from here as well. Yeah, top's a pretty good position to play here as well. Actually, one of the best positions to play when you're planting for the bomb out in the open. Actually, anywhere in this area right here, if you're in top, you're basically winning the defense for the bomb rather than trying to hold it from market stairs or from the planter. There is also this plant right here, right on this grate. You could hold it from market, and you can hold it from right here. This is a nice little head glitch right here, because when they're crouched right here defusing the bomb, they can still be visible to you, and you could push this, swing it, be able to take them out pretty easily. Because when they're trying to defuse it, they're going to be sitting right here, or just around in general. This is probably one of the best spots for this bomb plant position here, and it makes it a lot harder for the coalition to try and defuse. But this spot right here in the middle is probably one of the best spots, especially if you have a player in top.
Wins.
I live! Anyway, let's go to the next map, which is Port. All right, we're going to speed run this shit. Let's go. So going A site, you're going to have a lot of players trying to push in fast to do this plant right here, but it's not very good because you can't really hold it from anywhere on the site, even if you're on the site, unless you're playing like directly on the bomb. So a better place to plant would be out here, right in this area. So you could use this crane here to create some cover and create some counterplay to be able to keep the coalition on edge. You can even play from the window. Like if you're playing out here, watching mid, make sure they're not pushing around. You could come up here, watch window, take them out because there's no cover. And if you manage to sneak onto the site from connector, you can play around these boxes too, but you got to be careful because these are wall bangable. All right, now for B site, I know there's been players who have planted right here in Pro League, but to be honest, this is a very hard spot to hold, especially at anyone's level who's watching this video. It's not a very good position to hold. So a better spot would be about right here. That way you can hold it from these boxes, be able to take out anyone playing here. You can even play around these stairs, be able to take out players here. This is wall bangle, so you're able to play around this. And if you're holding the other side of the stairs, you can swing this fairly easily to be able to take them out there as well. All right. Now let's move on to the next map, which is Raid. Now we're going to go A site first because there's something I want to show you guys. This is the smallest bomb site in Critical Ops. A site on Raid. So while you can plant anywhere in this little red circle here, even on this pallet, it's still very hard to get any angles onto this player if you're holding the bomb off site. But there is a thing that I can show you guys real quick if you want to hold the bomb off site. If you're playing in gravel here and you know someone's trying to push in to defuse the bomb, you can use the box here as a guide to be able to figure out where the player is going to be at. And to do that, you're going to use the top half of this rectangle. So something like that. Because this box is wall bangable with all weapons, and you're able to shoot through it if the coalition do try to defuse it. They're most likely going to be sitting here, or they're going to be sitting off of it just a little bit. So if you know there's a player on the site trying to defuse the bomb, you can simply hold gravel and just unload into that area there. That wasn't a very good example, but still, it is a good option to have in your back pocket. But again, if they are in this corner right here, they have to be looking at the bomb. They can't really look around or do anything.
Bomb has been
Because it makes it hard for them to try and defuse and look away from it. Because they have to do this, and if they look too far away, then they're going to end up getting off the defuse. I should reset so I don't blow up. All right, now for B sites. It is a little harder for the breach to get onto, but if you can get onto the bomb site, then there is a spot that you can plant that is very well oriented for breach defense. And that is right here, right on this grate. So that way you're exposed to this angle out here, you're exposed to vents, you're exposed to top. You're also exposed to a player who will swing this, and you're also exposed to a player who's hiding back here for whatever reason. But there is also a bomb plant spot back here that you can use, which is right about here. Use this bomb plant spot as a little tricky spot. It's right on the edge of the bomb site, and it is very hard to see. Oh, if you're not sounding, you won't know where it is, because nobody would think that the bomb is planted back here. All right, let's move on to the next map, which is Soar. Now, usually you'll see players playing on B site like this. They'll try and go to this corner right here, and they'll plant the bomb like this, and it's all nestled in this corner, which is okay, but there really is no shot into B site to be able to defend it unless you're playing on the site. And like we've stated before, you don't want to be playing on the site to defend the bomb. You want to be playing outside of it, holding the areas that the coalition could take to prevent them from taking that area. So there are two areas that you can plant the bomb here. You can plant the bomb either right here, which they're exposed to this long diner path right here. They're also exposed to this swing from bar that you can use to defend the bomb with. Or you could also use this bomb plant position here to hold from cafe, something like this. Plus you also have the swing here from interior all the way in here, be able to take that. And also, did you know you can plant the bomb on the tables? I love having bombs for breakfast.
Bomb has been planted.
Wouldn't you agree? Serving up bombs like Al Qaeda. And now we have A site. You got this quick plant that I've seen used before, like right here. You throw a smoke down, come in, and you plant the bomb right here. Or the safe plant that I've seen everybody use is here. And again, you're going to have to play on the site in order for this to work, but can get away with it. So the best spot to plant on A site would be right on the tip of this little mark on the A. So you're exposed to this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle if you try and defuse the bomb from there. So you can swing this, they have no cover to get to, and it's just a wide open spot. You can swing this, but they can be behind this, so you can swing around and get them from behind if they're not looking towards you. Because they would probably be more focused on this entrance here or this entrance here. If they're trying to defuse, they probably won't expect this push. All right, now let's head on to the final map, which is Village. All right, let me just say something about Village. A site sucks. It sucks to try and defend for the coalition and for the breach if the bomb is planted. The only way for you to defend the bomb site and defend the bomb is by playing on the site, because you can't put it out in the open like this, because there is plenty of cover that the coalition can use against you, even if you try and swing, because there's only one angle that works for this position, and it can be obstructed by cover. Plus, if you play this right as the coalition, you'll be able to know that this is the only spot they could peek you from. So for this bomb site on A site, it doesn't really matter where you plant the bomb, just as long as you have at least 3 players in order for this to work. 2 could work, but you have to be able to sound. You could have 1 player playing around this pillar, watching alley here. You're gonna have 1 player playing this pillar or this hard scope angle, watching the A main. And you're gonna have 1 player watching the backstab attack coming from CT spawn. Now, what's cool about this is that this guy defends this player sitting right here holding this angle. This player defends this player holding this angle. And this player defends that player from that angle. Because there's only 3 entrances, you need 3 players in order for this to work. If 1 player goes down, then you know exactly where the coalition are going to be trying to rush you at. All right, now for B site, we have 2 options here for you. And again, they're out in the open as well. So one spot is right here. This could be held from this market wall. You don't really want to hold it from these tents right here, because they can still get some cover on this side, but these are wall bangable. You could also hold it from down here on these stairs, and it gives you some nice cover too. And then you have this bomb plant position up here, right out there. This spot is a little bit harder to get to, but if you could get it, you could play this position right here, or you could play this position right here, swinging them, or you could play a CT angle right here, pushing them from here. All right, and with that, those are all the best bomb plant positions and how to defend them. And hopefully, if you watch all the way to the end, you will be able to win more rounds as the breach by using these bomb plant positions. As always, stay safe. Bye-bye.